Hey, Chef Jesse here. How's everybody doing? Well, folks, today I'm wearing my Puerto Rican apron. You know, I have different aprons for different themes or different dishes that I cook. And so today I'm wearing my Puerto Rican apron because I'm going to be doing a Puerto Rican dish. I'm going to be making mofongo. Okay, mofongo is, it might not sound right, mofongo? But mofongo is basically plantain. Green plantains, okay? And these plantains are peeled, and I put them in salt water for a little bit, get the salt in it to get some flavor in it because they're kind of bland. And then I'm gonna fry these. I'm gonna cut them up in little wheels, like by 1 inch thick, and then I'm gonna fry them, and then I'm gonna smash them up with garlic and salt and pepper and a bunch of other ingredients. And I'm gonna throw some pork rinds in there, and then I'm gonna make it into a big ball. And then that's it. The mofongo is done. So anyway, it sounds like it's a lot of work, but it's okay. And I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be having some pork, some later pork tips, pork rib tips. I'm gonna fry that with the mofongo, and I'm gonna be prepared. I just had a little bit of coquito. This stuff is good. Believe me, this Bacardi Coquito is good. So try it out. Because I had a little bit and I'm already tipsy. So, but the show must go on, right? So anyway, I'm going to be cooking the mofongo, and you're going to be with me. And come right back after this commercial. And I will show you how to start doing this mofongo. Okay. Okay, folks. So a lot of you might not know how to peel a plantain. And that's okay, because you learn. I learned. Okay, so let me show you how to peel this plantain, okay? And I'll show you right now. So what I do, I take the plantain here. I'm gonna be using two plantains or plátanos, and I'm gonna cut the tips off, okay? Now I like to get these very green, you know, not ripened. You know, you can see a little bit of yellowish here, so it's starting to ripe probably. But I'm gonna cut a slit down, straight down, not all the way down into the Now I'm going to take this knife that's not even sharp at all. It's like a butter knife, and I'm going to peel it. Okay, and you know, you gotta. It's sometimes it's easy. If you have problems, you can run it under the water. It'll be easy. Okay, so there you go. Okay, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, and sometimes you can put your fingers in there and start to peel it like this. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, look at that. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so you peel it. Most of the time you can get it. So you get it like this, and you peel it till you peel it all completely. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so there goes your plantain, basically. Okay, let me just dump this away. So there goes your plantain. It's all peeled off. It's all bare, no skin. Put that to the side, and let's go do the other one. So here we go in the second plantain, and I'm peeling it, and it's coming out nice and even. Just turn it around here, turn it around. There you go. Not perfect, but look, see? So now you got two plantains here, two plátanos. And you're gonna cut them up into wheels, like so, like 1 inch, quarter of an inch. I don't know. I'm not that good at measurements, but I don't know if that's 1 inch or half an inch or quarter of an inch. But you know, use your judgment. There you go. And then put them in a bowl, like so. This guy so knows a lot. Anyway, there you go. There you go. And cut up some more. There you go. Okay, now you're gonna put some water in there, some cold water, and then you're gonna put some salt in there, just to salt the water so you get the flavor into this thing. Okay, and you don't have to put, you know, just more or less more. There you go. It looks like a lot, but it doesn't. This thing is empty almost. Okay, and now you're gonna put that in there, Move it around. And you gotta let these settle in for a couple minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes before you start frying them, okay? So you're gonna fry these and smash them with garlic and all the other ingredients, and I'm gonna show you how it's done. But first of all, my meat is all marinated. It's got a nice color to it. And I'm gonna start to fry these right now, and then I put my meat to the side, and I'm gonna start doing while I'm frying the meat, the plantains are getting salty, and then we're gonna start doing the mofongo, okay? So stay tuned. So I'm gonna be using 3 cloves of garlic for this, for 4 cloves actually. And let me show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the, I'm not gonna peel the garlic. Let me just show you, let me clean this knife, that's all. Okay, I'm not gonna peel the garlic at this time. I'm gonna cut the tips, the little tip, the hard tip in there, and I'm gonna put it into a pan like so, okay? I'm gonna cut the tip, put it in the pan, cut the tip, put it in the pan, cut the tip. Is that the tip? Yeah, this is the tip. I better know the tip. Okay, and I'm gonna put that in there with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, I don't know, tablespoon or 2. Okay, not too much. And I'm gonna cook this low. And when it's cooked, it's gonna release the aroma, the flavors, and the peel is gonna come right out. So I won't have to go through all that trouble. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my stove, and once it starts to cook, join me. Now I made a mixture with about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I put some salt, some pepper. I put some garlic powder in there. And I'm gonna be using this for the mofongo. So when I smash down the mofongo, I'm gonna pour some of this a little bit at a time, just to keep the mofongo moist, okay, and seasoned. And then I got the garlic cloves coming. And all this thing is going to come together. It's going to be wonderful, the flavors. I'm also going to be making a sort of a chicken broth using one of these envelopes of chicken bouillon. And I'm going to be making a broth to also moisten the plantain, because the plantain is kind of dry. So I'm going to be putting all these ingredients in there to make it nice and moist and it won't dry. So my garlic right now, let me show you. My garlic right now is sauteing, is sort of there goes to my plantain. But right now my garlic is in the olive oil, and as soon as it starts to release this aroma, the peel comes right off, so I don't have to go through any trouble. You can see that the peel, well, let it go. See how it came off? Look how that came off. Look at that. So I just squeeze it down here in the bottom, and it comes right off. There goes the peel. Look at that. Look at that. That's not ready. That's not ready yet. But let's check this one. So I squeeze it. I squeeze it down here. Hey, look at that. So I'm going to saute these in olive oil. Let me get these skins out of here. Okay. And let's see if the other one's ready. This one's ready. It's not ready yet. It's still fighting. Don't let go of the skin. Okay. You're going to let go of the skin any minute now. There we go. There we go. And it comes right out. Either that or I burn my finger. Okay. So it should be. There we go. Releases the skin. So this is an easy way for the skin. Now I'm going to just brown these a little bit more, and then I'm going to smash these up in the plantain to make them a mofongo. So my plantains are being fried, so the garlic is getting ready, and stay tuned because we're going to put this together pretty soon. Okay, so I'm frying the plantains. What I'm looking for is a nice crispy texture outside and, you know, soft in the inside. I don't want to dry it out, so these things are almost done, so stay tuned. So let's start putting this mofongo together. So here, let me zoom down. I got this pot like this. This is what I'm gonna be using. Some of this mixture that I made with the all the spices and stuff, I'm going to pour some in the bottom just to prevent the mofongo from not sticking. Okay. Now I'm going to start putting my pieces of mofongo in. Okay. And okay. So I'm gonna put that in there like this. And I'm going to start to smash them. Now it's kind of tricky because, you know, it's just make sure this doesn't jump out at you, okay? Okay, so there you go. So this is looking good. Okay. It's soft, it's crunchy on the outside. Okay, so I did about, I'm gonna mix this up, smash it up nice and fine, okay? And then I'm gonna add 1 clove of garlic, which I'm gonna smash in there. Okay. I'm gonna add another one. Okay. Okay, so let me get some of the more the other plátanos. Okay. I'm still frying them. Okay. Drain them a bit. I'm using one of these things. This is the best. And then just continue smashing them, okay? This is very easy after you get the plátanos. The idea of this is to make this moist, okay? You don't want a big dry piece of plantain because you'll choke on it. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to throw another garlic in there. Okay. You can take a little piece and taste it. Okay, so far so good. Put some of this oil in there with the ingredients. You know. Mix it up in there. Some more plátano. Okay. You can add salt to this. You can add some garlic powder if you want. Okay. And there you go. And you continue. Now I'm going to do something non-traditional, because I don't think they do this in Puerto Rico. Just to give it some more flavor and soften it up, I'm going to put a tablespoon and a half of butter. Okay, and it melts pretty bad. Make sure that you smash up that butter, and it should be melting in there. So you're going to mix up. I'm going to put the other clove of garlic, and I'm going to mix all this up. Now comes the part where you're going to put, I'm using this from a bag, pork rinds. I think in Puerto Rico they use like real pork rinds, but here in New York you might not be able to find the pork rinds. So I'm going to use pork rinds from a bag. And it's kind of cheating, but believe me, it works. Okay, so I know some people are saying, what the hell is he doing? This is, believe me, this is going to come out good. So I'm going to smash this up. There we go. Okay, I'm going to mix it in there. Okay, there goes my butter in there. Make sure that butter's melted in there. Make sure the plantain is more smashed up. You see it in there? Okay. Now, I got a lot of pork rinds in there. I should have used less, but it don't matter. Okay, there goes my butter. I'm making sure my butter's melted. Okay, make sure this is nice and smashed up, okay? And okay, so we're gonna mix this up. We're gonna mash this up as much as possible. We're gonna add some of the chicken broth. Just a little bit of chicken broth. Maybe a teaspoon or two. Just to mix it up. You want this soft because plantain is like, you know, thick. Okay. Okay, there you go. So now it's looking nice and smashed. Now, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some of this oil here that I have with the seasoning. I'm gonna put this in the bottom here. Okay. Mix this around. What I'm gonna do, I'm greasing up the plate just like when you know, when you grease to make a cake, right? Okay. Now, take a spoon and start spooning your mofongo mix. Okay, there you go. So you just pour it in there. Pour it in there. Okay. Pour it in there. Continue pouring it in there. Continue pouring it in there. Okay? And then you're gonna hold it down. You're gonna start smashing it down. Okay? Like this. Okay? It's taking form. Okay. Now more of the mofongo mix. Mofongo mix, yeah. So here you go. All that mofongo mix in there. Push it down. Pour more until it's all over. Oh my God, it's all over. Here, the cutting board is clean. Push this down. Come on, don't be. Okay, so push this down. Compress it as much as you can. Wash your hands, of course, and compress this. And make sure you got that over it. You don't want to waste it. So I used actually I used two large plantains for this. And now I'm pushing this down. Pushing it down. Okay. There you go. Okay. Just like, you know, like you're mixing cement or something like that. Plaster, I don't know. Okay, there you go. Okay, so stay with me. Okay, so my mofongo is done. I'm gonna put this on my plate. I got my pieces of meat there. This is the mofongo, nice and smashed down. I'm gonna flip this over. I'm gonna give it a couple of taps, and hopefully it works. Sometimes it has a problem popping out. And there you go. There goes your mofongo. There you go. Look at that. You can see it's nice and wet. Like that wetness, huh? I usually have this with lettuce and tomatoes and the meat, but today I don't have. Today I just want to eat light. So, like this is light. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want no salad today. So let's go to the table. I'll show you how this looks because everything looks good, great at the table. So we have some chicken broth in there to to give a flavor to the mofongo in case you need it. There goes the mofongo. Look how delicious that looks. And my fried pork meat, actually rib tips, I fried them. And this is my mofongo. And look how nice it looks. Look at that. It's nice and moist inside. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mofongo. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. So folks, let's try this mofongo. Here we go. Delivering the fastest possible speed straight into your home. And for a limited time, you can get 1 gig fiber. It's amazing. $49.99 a month. It's not dry. I can taste the garlic. It's nice and soft, silky. Gotta have some more. This is delicious, folks. Delicious. So folks, that is the traditional Puerto Rican mofongo. Nowadays they make it with shrimp, they make it with cheese, they make it with all kind of crazy stuff, shrimp and all kind of stuff, meat and everything. But the traditional mofongo from Puerto Rico is just plain mashed up plantains and garlic and salt and pepper, all that seasoning. But of course nowadays they make it with all kind of stuff. Anyway, very easy to make, not that complicated, and delicious and fulfilling. I mean, this was 2 plantains. This will fill me. I'll be filled till tomorrow. So anyway, folks, with that said, this is Uncle Jesse. I'm going to continue, Chef Jesse. I'm going to continue eating. And I love you guys and have a great evening. And remember, follow me on YouTube, Cooking with Uncle Jesse. And you will see this recipe as well of making mofongo. Easy mofongo with a little twist. So I love you guys and I'll see you guys tomorrow.